Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button, and if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. I want to start this off by saying that nobody deserves to be recognized, to be on television, to be on a reality show, become a reality TV personality where some people recognize you, and none of those things are deserved by anyone, okay? And so when people get these opportunities, because that's what they are, they're opportunities, and for some people they may not be opportunities. For some people it may be, why me? Like, why was my life exposed? I didn't really want to be a part of this, but I did it because someone else that I was connected to wanted to do it, and things like that. Like, I can think of an example. Ashley Darby on The Real Housewives of Potomac. I don't think her philandering, gross husband ever wanted to be on reality television, but I believe he did it because it was something that she wanted to do, and she got the opportunity to do it. There you go. That's why I believe that they will never get divorced, but they'll play like they're actually going through a divorce because it gets him out of the obligation, if you will, to be a part of the show. Now, does she deserve to still be on TV? Absolutely not, but I'm just giving an example. So when I heard someone giving some commentary about Hotel recently, and yeah, I'm calling them that. I'm not a millimeter. I'm not on anybody's team. I am always trying my best to just be on the side of right, okay? And so I'm calling him that because I feel like that's what name he has lived up to being, okay? So I'm calling them that. I am not trying to bully him. I'm not on some smear campaign. I'm just calling it like I see it, because he has been on this reality show all of these seasons and has exposed himself. No one exposed him. He exposed himself by being on the show and living this life that he was living and thinking that he could continue to do it. And she, meaning his ex-wife, would just suffer in silence and allow him to continue to do it. And she just lay there and take it. So when I heard someone giving some commentary recently to say that they believe that Melody and the people who follow her just really wants him to not live anymore, like literally just like be absent from the body and open his eyes, and in hell will he open them. Like, that's what someone said recently. And now I know there's a lot of people that may say go to hell when it comes to him, but to say that anyone is wishing death upon him, I believe that was just way too much. Now, I will say that I don't believe that he should have the opportunity to live on TV anymore. Go and work a regular job and live a regular life, even if it is in the world of entrepreneurship. But the fact of the matter is, he's tried those things, and nobody was over in any encampment plotting to tear down his businesses, because if he really had fans like that, trust and believe, there is no amount of millimeter or melody hate, if they want to call it that he could receive that would stop those people from really supporting him. When he's done all of the ventures and projects that he has done, why hasn't the people that really see it for him supported him? Why hasn't he had the suit line when the guy, whatever his name is, met with him on the show? Why did his wine not take off? Why did all of these things that he was really attempting to do to, in my personal opinion, kind of compete with his ex-wife to say, well, if she can do that, I can do it too, instead of just focusing on things that he's good with, which is apparently his hands. I've said over and over again, he needs to go, because Home Depot and Lowe's, they are hiring all the time. He might even make it up to management. It's not really hard to become a manager in those types of companies. But to try to portray this suave, debonair individual, he's not. He's a sloppy loser who did not respect his own marriage, his own vows to his ex-wife and to God, and didn't even respect his household and the children that he had with his ex-wife. So to try to blame people for his demise is absolutely ridiculous. Everything that has happened to him has been his own doing. So when I heard someone giving some commentary on that and saying he just needs to just let Mel have the kids, he'll just see him on the weekends every now and then, but just move and start his life over. He's been the one that has been dragging her through the courts. She has been responding likewise and doing what she needed to do, which would be in the best interest of the children. And so now these court records have been released, and I'm just going to go through it really quickly. So I got this from Urban Bell Mag, and it's from a filing that was done in 2023. Plaintiff's verified petition for Rule Nisi and for modification petition for Rule Nisi. Comes now the plaintiff, Melody Cherie Rogers, hereinafter referred to as Mother, by and through her attorney of record, Kentisha M. Matthews, and files her petition for Rule Nisi against the defendant, Martell L. Holt, hereinafter referred to as Father, by stating the following separately and severally. The parties hereto were divorced by final decree of this court on or about the 15th day of March 21, which incorporated an agreement of the parties and parenting classes, hereinafter referred to as final judgment of divorce. Subsequently, on January 22nd, 22, the defendant/father filed a petition to modify custody and hold the plaintiff in contempt. So who is the one that was going back and forth in the courts? Here we go. He filed something. He filed a petition in 22 because someone was saying she just needs to let him be a father and all this other stuff. By and through his attorney, the plaintiff/mother filed a response and counterclaim and petition to modify custody and to hold the defendant/petitioner in contempt on May 25th, 22, by and through her attorney of record, which resulted in an order from this honorable court on September 6, 22. The final judgment of divorce provides the following, inter alia. Both parents shall encourage the minor children to love, respect, and honor the other parent. Neither of them shall alienate or attempt to alienate or diminish the affection of the minor children for the other parent, or disparage or allow others to disparage the other parent to or in the presence of the minor children. The parties understand and agree that the designations of father and mother or similar designations shall refer to each of them only and not to third parties. Now, why do you think that was put in there? Do you think that Melody was the one that was having the children call someone else daddy? I highly doubt it. Do you believe Melody had the children hearing other people disparage their dad? I highly doubt it. Did Melody or anyone that she was dating get on social media and blast their daddy and say all kinds of things about their dad? But have we seen the person that he's been screwing, not dating, but screwing, doing that? Yes, we have. And just a number of other things. So, yeah, that part. The court expects children to be insulated to the fullest extent possible from the conflict between their parents. They should not be made to be confidants of a parent and should be encouraged to love, honor, and respect both parents and their respective families. Parents should act accordingly in the presence of the children. In the event a child testifies in court, a parent shall not question or discuss that child's testimony with the child, nor discuss the case with the child. Now, the fact that something like that is put in there, it is a little bit standard, honestly, but we have seen Hotel on camera, on social media, talking to the children about their mom and making the mom sound like she's just some loser who just lays on the sofa and eats Cheetos and bonbons all day and doesn't do a thing for the children. Or when she's getting around doing things, she's just looking out for herself and living her best life and trying to build and grow her brand, but not thinking about her family and her children. Okay? The order provides the following inter alia. There shall be no public dissemination of any sorts regarding the minor children pending custody issues, counseling, or any other matters related to this pending case. There shall be no corporal punishment administered to the children. For the father's edification, corporal punishment shall include spanking, slapping, pinching, pulling, twisting, hitting with an object, and forcing a child to consume any unpleasant substance such as soap, hot sauce, etc. Do you think the courts just came up with that, or do you believe that that is some things that he was either doing or attempting to do or threatening to do to the kids if they don't comply for whatever reasons? Okay? All right. Paragraph 4, therefore, the father shall begin counseling no later than September 20th, 2022, and shall comply with the counselor's recommendation. Paragraph 5, the father shall also take immediate steps to enroll in and complete a parenting class. 5, since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and September 6, 2022, order the father has willfully violated the above provision by allowing his paramour, coleslaw, to make disparaging remarks about the mother. The father has shown the minor children videos of their mother on dates with other men and making inappropriate comments about the video to the minor children. The father continues to disseminate information to bloggers concerning the previous custody case, therefore placing the minor children in the middle of the parties' disputes/litigation. The father continues to use corporal punishment that is excessive and abusive towards the minor children, including but not limited to choking, grabbing, punching the minor son, hitting all the children, pulling and twisting them. The father has refused to follow the court order as he has stopped therapy between him and his minor son. So listen. Did the courts order Melody to go to therapy, to go to counseling, to go to parenting classes? No. So who do we think is the problem here? And it's stuff that's really going on. This isn't some just made up stuff, because trust and believe, especially in the South, these courts, even if the father is melanated, they are more prone to be on the side of the man, unless the man really gives them no choice but to say, look, you really didn't give us an out. We have no choice in this matter to side with the side of the woman, the mother. So when people are trying to put Melody in this horrible light of being difficult, not wanting to co-parent, keeping the children away from their dad, and all of these other things, they really are not knowing what's really true, or they're choosing to ignore it because they just don't like Melody. And I've always said, I don't think Melody cares, and neither do I. If somebody doesn't like them just because they don't like her, everybody has the right to choose who they like and who they don't like. It doesn't even have to make sense, because stuff like that happens all the time. But for anyone to side with an alleged aggressor of their children and using the children because you're angry still with the mother, like, he is the one that continued to try to get back with her when she was the one that let it go. There's this narrative out there that I've heard some people say where they're trying to make it seem like he left her, so now she's bitter. Yeah, technically he kind of did, because when he was committing adultery, even though he stayed in the marriage and she still stayed to try to make it work. That's one of the reasons why. And I don't like to get into the Bible too much with people, because I'm not going back and forth with beliefs and everything like that. But back in the Bible days, the only grounds for divorce really was for adultery. So technically what that meant was when whoever, because it's not just a man, but whoever committed the adultery, it wasn't even so much a divorce. It was mainly seen as they have already broken the marriage by doing that. So technically he did kind of leave, but no, physically and literally he didn't leave. She said, I'm out, I'm filing for divorce, and she had attempted to before, but that's nothing new. There are a lot of people who will just try over and over again for the sake of not just the marriage, and sometimes not even just for the sake of the children. Sometimes it's just, I actually did or do love this person and I'm trying to make it work, but they just keep hurting me over and over again, and this isn't what love is supposed to be like, so I'm choosing to love myself, and so I'm out. So with that being said, I believe that she attempted, and she finally said, you know what, I did, and I'm done. 6, the father's actions are contemptuous in nature and should be punished accordingly. It is clear by the father's actions that he has no intention of complying with any of the orders of this honorable court, and the mother requests that the father be found in civil and criminal contempt for said willful disregard of the court's previous orders, or in the alternative, that this matter be set for hearing and the father be ordered to appear and show cause why he should not be held in civil and criminal contempt of court for his violations of the court's order as referenced above. The mother has incurred attorney's fees and costs in the pleading and proof of this petition for rule nisi, and would request that the father be ordered to pay the same and she be given such other further and different relief to which she may be entitled under the circumstances. Now, she ain't gonna get nothing from him unless they allow his checks from Owen to be garnished and go direct deposited into her account. And then even with that, you can only garnish either like 20 or 25%. Petition for modification. Comes now the mother, Melody Cherie Rogers, by and through the attorney of record, and hearing filed this petition for rule nisi, states the following separately and severally in support of her petition for modification against the defendant Martell L. Holt. The mother realleges paragraphs 1 through 6 as if set out here in full, that since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and the subsequent modification order, there have been material changes in circumstances that are substantial and warrant a modification of legal custody of the minor child and of the visitation schedule set forth for the father. The final judgment of divorce provides the following inter alia. Parental designations. The parties agree that they shall continue to discuss matters which pertain to the welfare and best interests of their children. In the event that they are unable to agree on any matter, the mother shall be designated as possessing primary authority and responsibility regarding medical decisions, religion, and the involvement of the minor children in cultural activities. The father shall be designated as possessing primary authority and responsibility regarding educational decision and the involvement of the children in extracurricular, athletic, and civic activities. Notwithstanding these designations, the parties agree that children shall attend private school unless they mutually agree otherwise in writing. Since the entry of the final judgment of divorce, the father has exhibited behavior that has been negligent and unstable. He has shown a lack of proper parenting when it comes to his care for the minor children during his custodial times, and the father continues to cause mental and emotional abuse of the minor children. Such behavior by the father has caused the mother to have concerns for the minor children's health and well-being. Specifically, the father has moved multiple times in a short period of time and now wants to uproot the children from the school system the parties agreed for them to attend, so that the children can attend a school in his new school district. Moreover, the father continues to make threats to the minor children, such as he will knock them out or directing abusive language toward them with the intent of alarming the minor children and causing mental and emotional injury to them. My God. The father continues to incorporate corporal punishment on the minor children that they only want to see their father if he will stop hitting them. The father does not provide adequate care for the minor children during his custodial periods. The father has asked the mother to deliver food to his house. Jesus. While the minor children was there. The father does not take pride in the minor children's appearance in public. More specifically, he refuses to comb/brush his daughter's hair. That the father constantly has the minor children around his paramour, who has threatened the mother and allows for her daughter to bully and taunt the minor children of the father. The mother fears that continued contact between the children and the father's paramour will cause confusion and emotional distress for the minor children. Additionally, the father's promiscuity was an issue during the divorce, and the mother avers that she is concerned that the children's moral well-being will be while in the father's care. Now, I talked about that a little bit before because he does strike me as a type that would be screwing somebody while one of the kids is sitting in the corner thinking, oh, well, they're too young to really understand what's going on. He strikes me as that type. He's just disgusting. And I'm glad to hear that she brought up the fact that he is always around this person that he's not married to that has been extremely disgusting towards her online. You can't tell me that somebody who's like that with the mother is going to be loving and doting on the children, because when they see the children, they see the mother. You better believe that. The mother is concerned about the mental stability of the father as he continues to relocate, violate previous court orders, in addition, threaten to distribute a sex tape that the parties created during their marriage. That the mother avers it is in the best interest of the minor children for her to have sole legal custody. Further, the mother fears for the safety and welfare of the minor children and avers it is in the best interest of the minor children for the father's visitation to be restricted to daytime visits only, with no overnight visitation until such time as the father enrolls in therapy and anger management. I mean, look at that. She's not saying, I don't want him to ever be with the kids at night ever again. He's not getting the help that he really needs. The modification order entered on February 28, 2023 provides the following inter alia. Paragraph 3. The minor children shall not participate or be filmed for television or any other social media platform without leave of court or until the children reach the age of majority. That since the entry of the final judgment of divorce and the subsequent modification order, there have been material changes in circumstances that are substantial and warrant a modification of the restriction of the children being on social media and or being filmed. Since said order, the mother has not been able to share memorable moments and milestones with a vast majority of family and friends, such as Mother's Day photos, Memorial Day, 4th of July. It has become a societal tradition for parents to share pictures of the minor children on the first day of school and even Christmas. That the minor children have requested to be filmed as they missed that process and enjoyed it. That the minor children have only been in opportunities on the mother's social media and filming that was age appropriate, and that the social media and filming provides economic opportunities for the minor children to create their own wealth at an early age. Listen, all of those things about him not wanting the children to be filmed, it was retaliatory because he knows that that's something that the children liked as well as Melody enjoyed, and he knew that Melody really made it a point to showcase her children on her social media. It wasn't to exploit them, and it definitely was not to get back at him in any way. It was like, this is her life, and because he knows that this is her life, he wanted to try to control in some ways to bring some misery into her life, because he knew that she was moving on and she was happy without him and not focusing on him. So all of these things that have been said in this order, listen, he has too much pride to just say, you know what, I give up. I'm just going to let you have full custody. Just let me move on with my life or whatever. But that's the thing. Nobody's been holding him back. All of his actions has been his own doing. He created his own demise. So for anyone to be out here trying to make him out to be the victim is just absolutely just clueless, or they're just trying to be on his side and trying to find some redeemable qualities in this narcissistic psychopath, in my personal opinion. So to hear these things, even though this is over, a year old at this point, everything that he's done has been his own doing. Melody has no pull with the police department to make them go and arrest him if the actions that he did were not warranted for a warrant and subsequently an arrest. It's just crazy. I just don't get it. I don't know what it is. And I get it because there are just some people who don't like her. They don't like her. They don't like her personality. They don't like the way she speaks. They don't like the pitch of her voice. They don't like that there are just some people, they just don't like that. There are some people that don't like Scorpios. I mean, there's just some people they just don't like people for whatever the little reasons are. But I could say that even if I don't care for somebody, I have to be on the side of right. And what he has done, there is nothing that anyone could say or do to make me be on his side, to say shame on Melody. She just needs to let that man be a father. And she's done nothing to try to prevent him from that. And I always go back to that episode or episodes in that season when she took the children to Destin with her mother and she invited him to come along. And he still was trying to make it into a thing where it's like, oh, we're going to eventually get back together. She took him out to dinner because, she picked up the check, okay? And he's asking her, I don't understand, like, what really went wrong. And she was like, I know you ain't asked me about me giving you HEAD. Like, everything is about his physical desires. That's not even a need. I hate when people say, I got needs. No, you have desires. Because no one's born needing to have sex. No one's born needing to have a drink of alcohol or smoke a cigarette or do drugs. These are all things that people indulge in. Some you shouldn't do at all. So nobody should be using drugs. But I'm just saying, when people say they have a need, it's not a need, it's a desire. So you leaving your household to go and screw somebody else that was ready anytime you came over to say, spread them, that's not your wife's or now ex-wife's fault. That you were greedy and you just couldn't keep it in your pants. And to see how he is, come on now. Who would really be in the mood to give it up to somebody like that when you're in a marriage with him and all he's doing is disrespecting you, bringing you down, you're working hard, you have 4 children, you're trying to take care of the house and home, the children, have your career, all of these different things, trying to look fabulous, looking fabulous, and having to deal with an a-hole like that? Listen, I pity her. I believe that God is blessing her, but I do. There's nothing that anybody should be envying about her to have to deal with somebody like this. This is just, I feel sorry for her. I really do. So anyway, guys, it's a lot. It's really heavy, but I just really wanted to talk about this and get your thoughts on it, so you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and I'm going to say bye.